man, there's a lot of backstabbery in the veteran
Oh, it's
world.
terrible.
Yeah, it's like I think we could do a study.
You give me the stress, give me the anxiety. I'm good. Balances me out.
I'm glad you're finding balance, but I'm not sure if that's entirely healthy.
Oh no, absolutely not. It's
I don't want to tell you where I slept when I was in Iraq.
I could bet. Where was it?
Hello and welcome to the very first episode of VetLine, powered by Tayback Law. My name is Adam. And a lot of people talk about the challenges, the many challenges that veterans face after service in the civilian world and workplace. And that is something that we're going to talk about quite a bit on VetLine, providing stories, resources, advice, have interviews of people that bringing differing perspectives in, create a landing place where we can provide information that helps veterans to thrive after service. But before we dive into that, it's not all doom and gloom. I'm going to be joined by my friend Zach, and we're going to discuss some of the superpowers that are developed throughout a service member's service. Superpowers that the average veteran, not every veteran is the same, but that the average veteran might have in common with other vets by virtue of their service. Veterans often have challenges. They face unique challenges in the civilian world and workplace.
Always, yeah.
I think we can agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to talk about any of that today. I want to talk about what is good about being a former service member, what's good about being in this community. My list of veteran superpowers is probably a little kitschy, but I have this superpower. I can sleep anywhere.
Yep.
Literally anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's a superpower like when you're actually like in work. If I remain stationary for more than 5 minutes, I'm out cold.
I used to be able to sleep anywhere. Now that I'm hitting 40, my body tells me, no, you can't do that anymore.
You don't get to sleep at all anymore.
I used to be able to sleep against a brick wall, on the dirt, on broken glass, and it was fine. It was some of the best nights of sleep in my life. What's the worst night of sleep you ever got while in service? Let me ask you that.
Over Afghanistan in a C-17 on the floor, because there was nothing else in there. It was just wide open bay, and there was 5 of us in there, and you can't sleep in the chairs.
Yep.
Well, I mean, you could try. I ended up laying down on the floor, and I mean, it's loud in there. I mean, Did you do planes in the? Did they let you on planes in the Marines?
Well, yeah, they let us on planes. It's not
Let
like
you on
they don't
planes?
let us
Okay.
on planes. We're on C-130s. But I think the worst night of sleep I ever had would definitely be the first night in Husayba in Iraq. We were going to stay in a schoolhouse, the first schoolhouse within the first few blocks. And then we found out that it was bombed like an hour before we got there. So half the schoolhouse was gone.
Ugh.
So we still got to the schoolhouse, got there, clear out all the bodies and all that stuff, right? And they were like, all right, want to hang out here for a bit, wait for the Humvees to come up with their day packs with all our gear so we could, sleep in for the night.
Still at
that schoolhouse.
Oh boy. Okay.
And this was like winter months in Iraq. So at nighttime in the desert, got cold, obviously. The day packs never came. And before you know it, it's like, 11 o'clock, midnight. We're like, damn it. All right.
Uh-oh.
And then, so we're like, all right, bed down, guys. You gotta sleep here. So we had our flax. I had my hands on my flak. My 249, I was a saw gunner, was right there. And I was like this, staying warm, waking up every 2 minutes, my hands numb.
Oh, yeah. I bet.
Broken glass. We had a line of us. There was like 3 different lines. There was like 30 dudes in every line. Guys doing post over on the rooftop, they'd come down the stairs that was next to me and they're like, hey, bro, you got post. I was like, dude, I was up 4 minutes ago or like an hour ago. That's not me. Go down the line, because nobody wanted to skip over. They couldn't get to the guys in the middle. But it was the freaking worst. I probably got like 2 hours of sleep. And that was the first night in Iraq.
Oh, gosh.
That was the first night.
I don't want to tell you where I slept when I was in Iraq.
I could bet. Where was it?
I was there under the Greater Wing of Public Affairs. So we stayed in one of Saddam Hussein's son's palaces, like not Saddam's palace, but like a sub palace. And they put in some bunk beds and whatnot. But this is long after the fall. So like all the fixtures had been stolen and replaced by like the cheapest possible stuff. Cause all the fixtures were gold everywhere. We watched an NFL playoff game.
Oh my God. I hate you.
On a little CRT TV. That's the Air Force for you.
Oh my God.
All right. What do you have any superpowers? I got a list, but that was a good one. Sleep anywhere.
I think one of the superpowers that I think most veterans bring to the table would be resilience, something that does not pop up on a resume. You could put it down, but I don't think employers really understand what that is. Adapt and overcome and adjust to anything that's happening.
Yeah.
Because that's what the military is. I think that is the number one superpower, in my opinion, for veterans. That's what they bring to the workplace. And that's why when we do hire veterans in the community, in the workforce, we see that they can overcome, like, hey, we're doing this instead. They're like, all right, sweet, let's roll with it. Like, they don't skip a beat.
Embrace the suck. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely.
And just, adapt and overcome. Maybe we should have done a ranking, but I would say like adapt and overcome, embrace the suck would be number one. Cause I don't know about folks watching this or not that are veterans, but like there are things that happen in life and in the workplace that get people to a heightened level.
Yep.
That like just bounces off. Like it does not even blip on my radar.
Yeah, to other people, it's a big deal.
Big deal, yeah.
But to us, it's like, no, it's all right. Like I told my little brother the other day, he was handling a little bit of stress at work, and he was like, man, bro, how do you handle stress? I was like, dude, I live in a constant state of stress and anxiety ever since I came home. That is what I do,
man.
That is my comfort zone.
Yeah.
When I'm at home and things are quiet, then I have problems. Like that's the reality. Like you give me the stress, give me the anxiety, I'm good. Balances me out.
I'm glad you're finding balance, but I'm not sure if that's entirely healthy.
Oh no, absolutely not. It's incredibly unhealthy. By no means is it good, but hey, I make it work.
Quick eating. I can eat a full day's worth of calories in one sitting in less than 5 minutes.
I grew up pretty poor. So I always ate fast.
You just always shove it.
Always. Yeah. And like everyone's like, as an adult and after the Marines and during the Marines, I was like, I down it immediately.
Yeah.
And bro's like, man, the Marines really made you eat fast. I'm like, I've always eaten
You've
fast.
always been that way?
Yeah. Growing up as a kid, I want to eat, be done eating, grateful to have food, and bam, move on.
Get back outside.
Yeah, that's
go
it.
Have fun. When I was an instructor, it was lick a biscuit and get out.
Yeah.
You had to... not only for the trainees, but for the instructors too. Like when are you going to get your food? It's like you got 12 seconds, done,
I still do it. Grab a burger on the way to work or something. Be like, all right, I'm good for the day.
I guess you're not supposed to eat in your car. I eat in my car all the time.
Oh my God. Don't tell my kids that. My car's a mess.
Especially if you're driving, it's probably not safe. But
I always eat my car.
I will multitask. Just wanted to take a minute to thank our incredible sponsor, Tayback Law. Now, before doing this podcast and video series, I actually was a client of Tayback Law, very satisfied, happy Tayback Law evangelist. They helped me with my VA claims, VA appeals, to great success, and they did it with personalized care. These are folks who really know what they're doing and will go the extra mile to make sure that you get the benefits that are owed to you. So make sure to check them out, taybackattorneys.com. Back to it.
I would say loyalty and brotherhood. I've experienced a lot of veterans throughout the multiple jobs I've had in the workforce. They are bonded with the staff. Like they want to take care of these people. On the civilian side of things, like we see that sometimes, right? But not all the time. Like for us, it's like, no, these are my people. I'm going to take care of them because that's what we got from the military, and we kind of carry that over into the workforce.
Yeah.
Like, so I'll say,
and that's for like subordinates, like people in your care, like
Absolutely.
in your office or in
whoever I'm responsible for.
Yeah.
I mean, I take them more than only work. Like whatever they need, I'm there for them 100%.
I agree. But I also feel like people who are outside of that family, like I get the kind of paternal nature of veterans wanting to make sure their people are taken care of. But outside of that, man, there's a lot of backstabbery in the veteran
world. It's terrible. Yeah,
it's like I think we could do a complete 180 from when people are part of the unit, so to speak.
You're not wrong. It's a pretty grimy world we live in at times.
Yeah, and maybe it's not just veterans.
And it's everyone, right? It's everyone. But I mean, that's the world we live in.
And I should say, veterans are not a monolith. Nobody is saying that all veterans are the same and everyone has these superpowers. This is just things that can commonly be found. How about time management?
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Do you get early places and get like upset when other people are not on time?
Always. I had I was interviewing a few people this last week, and I was telling one of the other people I was interviewing with, I was like, it was 10 minutes to. I was like, what happened to me in 15 minutes prior? When I go to anywhere, like interview, I have to be somewhere, I'm always a half hour early. Right? I know where it's at. If I haven't been there before, 45 minutes to an hour early. Maybe stop, get coffee, come back so I know where it's at.
Sit in the car,
Yeah.
stake it out.
And then go in 15 minutes early at the latest.
Mm-hmm.
I like that too. Because you always know, like, when the veterans are coming up for an interview.
Yeah.
They'll be here 15 to 30 minutes early.
The rest of my family doesn't necessarily have the same concept of time.
Mm-hmm.
So if we need to be someplace for something that starts at 9, I'm like, we need to be wheels up at 8:30. And the rest of my family is just like
Slugs.
rolling out the door at
Yep.
8:55.
No,
And
I
we
get
always
it.
get places 2 minutes late, and I'm having a heart attack just because it stresses me out.
Yeah, even family events. I hate being late. I don't care what it is.
I was never like that before the military.
That's something I definitely got from the military. Because before I was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Get here whenever. Yeah.
All right, your turn for superpower.
We own the mistakes we make.
Accountability.
Absolutely. That overall accountability, just owning it, is something in the workforce that I've seen. Is like people make a mistake, they find every way to blame others or say it's
Right.
well, this happened and this and this and this. Like if I make a mistake, I'm like, no, it's on me. It's all good.
Almost to a
Learn from
fault.
it.
Like
Yeah.
I have taken ownership for things that I probably shouldn't take ownership for.
I've owned some mistakes that I didn't make, but my team made. But
Right.
I feel that way. Like I feel wholeheartedly, and I feel everyone on my team knows. Like if you make a mistake,
Right.
if anyone's gonna get yelled at, it's on me. Your mistake's my mistake.
And that's good when the culture of the business aligns with that.
Yes.
And they understand that.
Mm-hmm.
I've worked for companies that's not it. Like when you say, I messed up, here's how I messed up, here's how I'm going to make sure that I don't mess up in the future, they think this person messed up, they suck.
Yeah.
Why are they?
Yeah, I know. And
I don't like those kinds of cultures, but
I believe everyone can be their best selves, and I can always improve.
Mm-hmm.
And I will work with them until I can't.
Right.
And sometimes they just don't have it, right? But I will do everything I possibly can.
It's like a draft and develop mentality sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm like the Green Bay Packers, right?
That may be another superpower. And,
Yeah.
Because what other jobs do you know where you have a 4-year, 6-year, 8-year commitment? You know what you're going to do.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you do something wild, you're not going to get fired. You have that job security for that period of time.
Yeah.
You have a progression that's spelled out
Mm-hmm.
for you. And based on time and based on production, like largely, unless something goes upside down, you know where you're going to be in 4 years and 6 years, and you know where your peers are. There's no mystery there. And the dedication that is put towards growing people's
Mm-hmm.
not only their job expertise, but their leadership abilities and training people to be NCOs and senior NCOs, that's a big deal. And very few companies actually do that. So the concept of that like draft and develop mentality can be pretty radical when a veteran in a leadership position in a civilian workplace like brings that to the table.
Yeah, it completely flips everything upside down. And it's not a bad thing. I'm biased, but I think with a lot of businesses, that's the way they need to do things. That's the way you grow.
I have figuring it out, just figuring it the heck out. The best lesson I learned when I became an NCO was you don't have to know everything. It's impossible to know everything. You just need to know where to find the answers to everything and like where to get the answers and have the confidence to tell somebody, I don't know, but I'll get back to you, and then figure it out. I've done renovation projects in my house and I am not a handy person. I have I go to YouTube and I figure it out, but I feel like the military kind of breeds that in people.
Where I got that from was in Iraq. There was times I was talking to a buddy of mine who I was in Iraq with recently, and there was this one house we had to get into, and it was right next door to us. We couldn't go around because there were snipers out there in the roads. We're like, what do we do? Let's go through the wall. So we busted through the wall into the next building, and it worked. We figured it out. Yeah. I mean, in the workforce, like, yeah, you're right. You don't need to know all the answers.
You can't.
I mean, but if you have a team that they know the answers across the board, whether it's 3 people, 4 people, or 100 people, and you know who they are when you need the answers, that makes you a great leader, right? I mean, if you know the right button to press to get that answer, that's all you need.
Putting trust in the people who are smart on subjects and let them be smart.
You empower them and you figure it out.
My last veteran superpower is the ability to speak in acronyms.
I still do that. BAMSIS, SafeSock, all Marine Corps stuff that probably nobody knows.
I have no idea what you just
Yeah,
said.
you know what I mean? It's all like
But I
grunt.
bet I could guess.
It's all grunt acronyms, and
I speak an acronym.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's the VA too. The VA does the same stuff. But
Sure
yeah.
do. Well, I'm glad we had an opportunity to talk about good things, because it's not all gloom and doom. It's not all fighting the VA for your benefits. It's not all fighting to get people to understand what your resume looks like, or translating your skills, or like all the challenges and all the issues that veterans face in the civilian working world, in the civilian world. Like, we'll talk about those. That's what we're here for. We're creating a landing place, you know, so you have a guiding line for these issues, so we can chat about resources, tools, skills, share some of our ups and downs and things that we've done and not done, or learn from other people, and bring experts in to talk about that. Just provide a good line of information for you, and an entertaining line of information. But like, I wanted to start off on a positive foot, because all of you signed on the dotted line, and that means something.
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
See you next time.